it's nice to share a final assembly. This is yours and mine too. Since I don't want to get all melancholic in front of you, I thought I'd record it and then give myself the opportunity to edit the tears out afterwards. When I arrived in Ishmael, you were grade 10 students. I remember you distinctly as a group. There was a wonderful eclecticness to you. Some of you had just joined Ishmael, Capucine and Silking, for example, who for the first few weeks huddled together whispering in French and searching for a comforting coffee. There were others, G.E., Binny, Kian and Quinny, who'd been at Ishmael since they were 4 years old, cruising the corridors like they owned them, which, after that amount of time, they basically did. And there was Louis, who was 6'7" and consistently banging his head on door frames. And of course, there was Catherine and Hannah, who decided they liked Mr. Curran and myself so much they started to spend hours and hours in our respective offices. Over the 3 years, I've had Cindy telling me school attendance wasn't too important since, as the princess of Viet Pop, attendance didn't matter. I heard Di, with such passion, tell me how comics and sci-fi had inspired his superb DP art. I've seen Henry show remarkable resilience in returning to school after illness to complete his diploma. Listen to the Master of Ceremonies and go-to orator of Ishmael, Graham, command audiences with his theatre brilliance and public speaking. And, perhaps the most inspiring, witnessing the selfless dedication to service of this grade level. Among other projects, Capucine flying to South Africa to help save the rhinos, Faye managing a huge initiative to provide hearing aids for deaf children in Ho Chi Minh, and Susan working with the Little Rose Shelter School to provide literacy and math support for the victims of trafficking. All these things are quite inspirational and are symbolic of you as a grade level. Now, I must talk, somewhat selfishly, about my literature class. For the past 2 years, I've cajoled you, sometimes shouted at you, given you detentions, booster lessons, notes, Socratic seminars, text choices, and despite this, your grades always stayed the same. So maybe it's not about what I've tried to give you, it's about what you've given to me. People often say teachers nourish students, but perhaps the reality is that students nourish the teachers. Every class, when I finally arrive, I'm a little dishevelled and late from a long and arduous administration meeting. But all I have to do is listen to your responses and passion about poetry, plays and prose, and I'm reminded that great schools are shaped and made by the qualities and capacities of their students, and how students transform sullen buildings and classrooms into thriving environments that surge with energy and life. So, Chrissy Mack, SRC exec, actor, singer and poet, you've brought so much to the class and to the school. I give thanks to your mother for listening to me when I told her to keep you at Ishmael rather than go back to ISB. Their loss, our gain. Yazzie, you're thoughtful, talented, funny and clever. And just think, if you'd never transferred from Langenit, we'd have never known it. Danny, phone addiction, tardiness, can't say a sentence without 1,000 likes or kind ofs, and yet you survived a class of all girls and delivered some of the most erudite literary analysis I've heard for years. Quinny, you've been the adhesive of the class. You've held it together. Nothing ruffles you, not even being placed in a group with Karina and Danny. The J, you send me emails asking for analysis help at 2 a.m. and apparently have a past you want to hide. In the IOC, you were brave and determined, and you made me so proud of you. Karina, you craft words as though they were fragile instruments of pain and pleasure. There are lots of us that believe in you. Tranny, despite a penchant for talking in whispers and never finishing a sentence, your story of being born in East Germany to factory workers and repatriating back to Vietnam is one that moves and inspires everyone who hears it. It's a story that reflects Vietnam, its past and its future. You're a wonderful representative of our host country. Indeed, as a whole class, you're all wonderful representatives of Ishmael. You have all, at least in some part, been enriched by your time in Vietnam, and we, as a school community, have been enriched by your individual contributions to our history. We thank you for what you've given us, and we wish you luck in your future. Thank you.